Hello and welcome back to another Driving Empire video. Today, I will be making an updated version of my best cars for grinding video because even though that video is only like 4 months old, it is already very outdated, so I felt like I could make an updated version of it. Before we get to the video, I have to give a huge thanks to Oxa20. First of all, I apologize if I mispronounced that name. However, because of Oxa, I was able to gather some much more accurate information about these cars, because Oxa just has way more experience in this game than I do. And Oxa helped me with some of the background footage for this because I don't own all of the cars that I covered in this video. Anyways, enough rambling and let's get straight to this list. The first car is the 2008 Porsche 911. The 2008 911 has fairly decent acceleration considering the fact that it only costs $45,000. As you can see in the background footage, I timed the acceleration from 0 to 60 with boost and without it, so you can get a general idea of what to expect with this car's acceleration. As I said, not the best, but it is really good considering how cheap it is. It's got a top speed of 237 miles an hour with no boost, and a top speed of 251 miles an hour if you use boost to help it out. It's very stable and easy to drive at its top speed. Handling wise, the 911 isn't anything out of this world, but overall I'd say the handling is pretty good. Overall though, I wouldn't say the 911 is worth it to buy. It's very good considering the price, but you can get almost $500,000 in cash through codes, so the next car would be a much better purchase if you'd use the codes. The second car was in the previous video, but it's so damn good for the price that it even made it into the updated version of this video. The car in question is the Dodge Demon. The Dodge Demon already had insane acceleration when I tested it last time, but now when you combine it with boost, it is even faster. Like, genuinely, the acceleration is insane for a price of like $100K. Top speed wise, the Demon reaches 248 miles an hour with no boost, and when you combine it with boost, it reaches 263 miles an hour. And just like the 911, the Demon is completely stable even at its top speed. Handling wise, the Demon sucks. But to be fair, it's to be expected with a car like the Demon. The Demon is meant to be a drag car, it's meant to go in a straight line, not around corners. So of course it's gonna be bad around corners because it's not meant to be good at cornering. But yeah, if you end up buying the Demon, just keep in mind that the cornering is not good whatsoever. Overall though, if you plan on using the Demon for drag races and highway races only, it is a really good car considering how cheap it is. Anyways, onwards to the next car. The Saleen S7 has been the most overused car in Driving Empire for a little while now, but it's overused for a really good reason. For example, the acceleration is absolutely bonkers. Even though it only costs $725,000, it still keeps up with the fastest and most expensive cars in the game. Top speed wise, things are even crazier. With no boost, you can get up to 350 miles an hour, and when you combine it with boost, you can get up to 360 miles an hour, with a car that's only $725,000 to purchase. And to make things even better, it is really stable at its top speed. Handling wise, I was genuinely shocked with how bad the handling is. It is worse than the Dodge Demon. And this is a full-on American hypercar, yet it still has worse handling than just some muscle car with a big boy engine and thick tires. Overall though, the Saleen is a very good package for its price. It has one of the better top speeds in this game, crossing 300 miles an hour, and the acceleration is, as you've seen, very good. Anyways, let's go even higher in the price range. The next spot on the list actually features two cars, the Koenigsegg Agera RS and the Bugatti Chiron. The reason these two cars share a spot is because they are very similar. The Chiron has much better acceleration than the Koenigsegg. However, the Koenigsegg does have a better top speed and better handling. So then you might just ask, why not put the Koenigsegg instead of just the Chiron? Well, it's because the Chiron and Agera are very close in the highway race, although the Agera does tend to have a higher win rate, but it is a bit more unstable than the Chiron at top speed. Also, the Chiron might have bad handling at lower speed around tighter corners, but the Chiron has very good handling when you're at like highway race speeds. So which one should you get? If you want to win highway races, just go ahead and get the Koenigsegg. If you want to win drag races, you should probably get the Chiron. And if you're really smart with it, just get whichever one you prefer. It's a game. You're meant to have fun, so just go and take the car you would probably enjoy more. So yeah, whichever one you take, you're gonna have a really good hypercar. And the next car is the Bugatti Divo. The Bugatti Divo is the most expensive car that you can get without buying any game passes, but it is expensive for a very good reason. It's the best accelerating car in the game, and I think the only cars that could maybe keep up with it are the SVJ and the Bugatti Bolide, but the Bolide is a Game Pass car. Acceleration wise, this is already looking good. Then you come to the top speed. It's got a top speed of 345 miles an hour, which is the top speed barrier in this game that can only be bypassed with cars that have the assistance of boost. And with the combination of this top speed and acceleration, you can get times of 40 seconds, 0.6, and even a time of 40.3. Handling wise, it's simply good. It's not the best, but it is still very good. There's only a few cars that I can think of that actually handle better than this thing. Overall, the Dio is an awesome package, and it makes sense that it costs 11 million to buy because it is genuinely an amazing car. Now, I could just end this list here, but I do also want to bring up cars that have really good handling because the circuit race and mountain dash exist, and I feel like that is still a part of this game that is a bit neglected. The first car is the Lamborghini Huracan. It has really good acceleration for a price of around 280k. Like, there's better cars out there, but this is still very good, and you'd be completely fine around the circuit race. The top speed is 260 miles an hour without boost, and when you use boost to help it out, it can reach a top speed of over 300 miles an hour. Handling wise, I'd probably put the Huracan in like the top 5, maybe top 3 best handling cars in this game. It takes corners extremely easily, and it is also very easy to drive, which I cannot say about the other car that I'm gonna bring up. The Huracan Performante is a very good overall package, so even if you don't want to do track racing, I would still recommend it. The second car is the Aventador SVJ. The SVJ only costs 750,000, yet it literally rivals the Bugatti Divo in acceleration, and the Divo is the most expensive car in this game. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Top speed wise, you can reach 272 miles an hour with no boost, but if you help it with boost, you can get up to 315 miles an hour, however it does start to understeer at those speeds. Handling wise, I'd honestly say the SVJ is the best handling car in the game, and the only other car I can think of that is even close to being as good is the McLaren P1 GTR, which is sadly off sale, but it is still extremely good and very similar to the SVJ. The handling and acceleration put together are so good that it's honestly challenging to drive this car fastly because it's really easy to mess up with a car that's this good. The SVJ is very comparable with the Saleen S7, however you really gotta think about what you prefer. Drag racing, highway racing, or circuit racing. In drag racing, the SVJ is far better than the Saleen. In highway racing though, the Saleen blows the SVJ out of the water because of its much higher top speed. Circuit racing wise though, the SVJ completely destroys every single car in this game. The acceleration combined with the handling is just unbeatable. So yeah, it really just depends on what you prefer. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope it was useful in any kind of way, and if it was, please make sure to maybe leave a like, comment, and maybe even consider subscribing for more Driving Empire content. Anyways, that's all from me, and I will see you in the next one.